Okay, so in Algorand, as you can see, in the last 48 hours, we basically had a pump and dump. And in today's video, I'm going to check out both of these moves on the up and also downsides and see what are our options in Algorand and what might be next. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you are a new viewer, I should tell you, in terms of overall structures in Algo, I am extremely bullish because I think we may have a series of 1-2s in this area. You see, in my primary scenario, I believe in Algorand, we are having 5 wave up into a wave 1. This whole move down is a very slow and choppy move, which is indeed a characteristic of a corrective movement, potentially into a wave 2. And the idea is, after our correction is over, we are going to have another solid move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And on a higher degree, this 5 wave on the upside is going to be into probably a larger degree wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And in my opinion, this whole move on the upside most likely is going to happen in this cycle. So overall, I am absolutely optimistic in Algo. And also, in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances, the fact that at the moment we are somewhere around this very important mid to long-term support area, in my opinion, is a very good sign, suggesting potentially in here we are going to form some sort of a bottom and start our move on the upside. So overall structures definitely look optimistic, nothing to be worried about in that area. But what about the short-term structures? Well, you see, if you remember, the last time that we talked about Algo, I think we were somewhere around these areas, and I was saying, in my opinion, there's a very good chance that we may have, if we want to be bullish, a series of 1-2s, and this cannot be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave on the upside, because in any kind of impulse, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. This is a big no-no in Elliott waves, and if you measure the length of your wave 3 in here and compare it to the other waves, you realize that we are actually having the smallest wave into our wave 3, which is again not a lot. Now, I was saying, if you want to be optimistic in Algo, then from here you must see a consolidation and then another move on the upside, and going down from here in order to take all these lows is not really going to be an option for us. And if you see Algo doing this, at that point, finding a bullish scenario in here is going to be a bit of a challenge. And I still stand by what I said. You see, we got this move down, and when you go on some lower time frames and check out the structures for it, you realize that there's actually a very good chance that we are having from this point like a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into wave 3, correction for 4, probably I would say a flat structure, and then another move on the downside into wave 5. So the fact that this move down does kind of look like an impulse, in my opinion, is definitely not a good sign. Now, every single analyst at any given moment must be able to come up with a bullish and also a bearish possibility at the same time. And what I'm about to do is in the interest of being absolutely objective. That's why I want to check out a potential bearish and also bullish scenario at the same time. Let's talk about the bearish possibility. According to our bearish scenario, I can definitely tell you this whole move up is a correction structure and not an impulse. And this is, for example, 1, correction for 2, and then we are going to have another move down, maybe like into wave 3, 4, 5, in order to take the lowest low down here about, let's say, like 21 cents. So this is going to be our bearish possibility, suggesting this is actually the beginning of another move down in Algo, and the current move up is just going to be a correction structure. What about the bullish scenario? That is unfortunately a bit tricky. The best possibility that I can think of is probably going to be this one. I'm thinking maybe from here we have like a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, which is going to be maybe into a larger degree wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And I know you are going to say this looks really odd. I do actually agree with you, but again, at any given moment we should be able to come up with a bullish and also a bearish scenario at the same time. And according to this possibility, we're gonna say maybe This is 5 up into a wave 1, and then this move down might be in form of, I guess, some sort of a WXY, preferably I would say a double zigzag into our wave 2, and then we're going to get another move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and basically, according to this scenario, this point right in here about 21 cents is our final bottom. Which scenario is going to be my primary case? I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, the bearish possibility. But this doesn't mean that right now I am absolutely pessimistic on Algorand. No, I believe we should now wait a bit more and see what is going to happen to this move on the upside. First things first, I do think that we can actually have some more moves on the upside, something like this, but that's kind of irrelevant. What really matters for me is the shape of this move. If we are going to have just constantly overlapping of the waves, well, at that point, I'm going to tell you maybe the bearish scenario is happening because overlapping of the waves and being slow and choppy in this phase up is indeed a characteristic of a correction, suggesting probably we are having either a 1-2 scenario or maybe like an A and then correction for wave B, which means, well, we are going to have, unfortunately, another move down into our ceiling. On the other hand, if in this move up in Algorand, we manage to actually have like a very strong move and not a whole lot of overlaps, that is going to be a good sign, suggesting maybe the bullish possibility is in play. And if you want to be optimistic in Algo in like very, very short time, I guess you can say maybe like this is 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and it's going to be into a larger degree wave 3 correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And as you can see, if you want to go according to this structure, okay, we shouldn't really have overlapping of the waves and we shouldn't really waste a whole lot of time, and we must get some strong moves on the upside. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In Algorand, I'm having a hard time believing that we are going to overall in the midterm get a break of this unbelievably important support from weekly, daily, and I think it was also monthly time frame at the same time. And I think somewhere around here we are going to form our final bottom and get the next phase of the bull run. Now, if you believe that overall the bull run is over and in BTC we are going to start a massive bear market, okay, that's your opinion, I can respect it. But personally, I'm not really going to agree with that. Why is it? Because at the beginning of a bear market, if you believe that BTC has started one already, we're not really going to have long-term holders accumulating Bitcoin and also Ethereum, correct? I think we can all acknowledge that. However, in Ethereum, as you can see, in the recent move on the downside that we got in the past week or two, long-term holders have been accumulating big time. And this, to me, is really, really odd, and it really does go against the bearish possibility, suggesting we have started a bear market. Also, in Bitcoin, the blue histogram in here is the price drawdowns, and as you can see, in the recent dip, we actually reached to extreme oversold levels, suggesting that we are probably again also in BTC going to form some sort of a bottom in here. And for example, the previous times that we were at such levels were actually right around the lows. And what happened next? After a period of consolidation, we got another 100% move on the upside. So overall, I'm kind of having a hard time believing that our bull run is over. And if we are going to have a big move up in altcoins, in my opinion, Algorand's charts really look optimistic, and I am finding it very hard to believe that we are not going to participate in a bull run. I think that is probably not the case. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Algo's charts. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.